Hey guys, it's Nichole Eaton with the Rock Your Soul book and podcast. I'm so excited to help you master your mind, shift your perspective, and take your life to the next level. Are you ready? The following are chapters from my book, Rock Your Soul, The Down-to-Earth Guide to Mastering Your Mind, now available on Amazon and at NicholeEaton.com. Chapter 13, Spontaneity. Routine is important. Every day when we commit to bettering ourselves or learning a new skill, we grow a little. Every exercise we do, we build momentum to achieving a healthier, happier body. Every time we meditate, we add to our brain's expansion and ease. And let's face it, progress, even at an inch-by-inch level, equates with happiness. The problem is, when everything looks exactly the same, making change is hard. Especially if our routine isn't focused on self-improvement and includes something more along the lines of Netflix and donuts. When we wake up to the same chaos of shoving breakfast down our kids' throats and hurrying them out the door, when we do the same routine of walking our dog and heading to bed at 10 p.m., our brain gets comfortable. Why change if I can pull out a blanket and nap? The problem with routines is if nothing changes, nothing changes. Did you know that despite thinking around 60,000 thoughts per day, the majority, estimated at around 90%, are the same thoughts we produced yesterday? According to research done by Fred Luskin of Stanford University. That's pretty freaking boring. We become who we believe ourselves to be, and our external environments are a direct reflection. Our belief in who we are is vital to the creation of our life circumstances. Have you ever met someone who is a self-proclaimed bitch? And when you hang out with them, you think to yourself, wow, they really are a bitch. You might notice interactions are often conflictual or defensive. We act and think in ways that reinforce who we believe ourselves to be. So if you're dying to make a change, you have to do some restructuring of your self-proclamations. You can change who you believe yourself to be by switching up your day-to-day routine. Enter a booty-shaking competition in the Bahamas because, homie, we are about to get spontaneous. Possibly based on a true story. Spontaneity is a necessity when making big changes, shaking up subconscious programming. When we give ourselves permission to be different, acting and thinking in alternative ways becomes a piece of cake. Shifting and changing is easiest in a different environment. Consider the anxious person who goes away on a meditation retreat and comes back totally zen. New settings, fresh activities, and different people allow hidden or forgotten parts of ourselves to emerge, giving us freedom. No one knows me here or expects me to be a certain way. I can sing karaoke. I can ride a mechanical bull. I can drink 12 shots of Mexican tequila and dance in the streets with a police officer. It's fine. Spontaneity also taps directly into our highest selves. We're most us when we aren't trying so hard and following our impulses. Our authentic selves chase desires without second-guessing if we will look stupid doing it. Making split-second decisions, letting our intuition guide us to that belly dancing class or drifting to a faraway town gives us direct access to our highest selves. Flow is found in spontaneity. Perhaps it gives you permission to not be so serious or to release control. Embracing this quality gives you the ability to accept and work with whatever shows up in your world, improving your ability to manage stress. There are so many ways to practice spontaneity. Let's explore. Mix up your routine. Use a new recipe. Go test drive a new car. Walk through homes for sale. Fold clothes upstairs instead of downstairs. Wake up earlier. Go to bed later. Shake up your damn life. You can find new things to try by listening to your intuition. Where's your soul guiding you? What activities do you have a natural curiosity about? If you drink wine on Wednesdays, try a whiskey on Friday instead. If you watch TV after work, try a book instead. Take note of your routines and play with switching them around, including new activities or removing activities that no longer serve you. Say yes. If you find yourself saying no to opportunities, try saying yes. Go bowling with your coworkers. Attend that mixer solo. And if you say yes too often, switch it around and say no. Be silly. I worked in a pre-K classroom and found myself amused with how kids behave. If Susie wants to sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm in the middle of circle time, she sure as heck will. Kids know exactly what they want and have fun in the process. Children can turn anything into a game, including grocery shopping or tying shoelaces. Giving yourself permission to enjoy life, be childlike, it will loosen up rigid thought patterns. Dance around, sing at the top of your lungs, paint terrible pictures, and rediscover play. Gift yourself a getaway. There's power in new places and energy in new cities. For us small towners, traveling is a reminder life exists beyond our normal environment. Small town living is restricting when you leave to get bread and milk and spend an extra hour at the store because you ran into your childhood's best friend's mom, 6 different clients, and the guy who works at the gym's front desk. Hey, Tim. Being temporarily unknown is a superpower, helping you decide which parts of yourself are worth keeping and exploring personality traits you're ready to upgrade. Along with new places, you'll experience new experiences. The idea behind When in Rome, the more you challenge your brain's expansion with new ventures and settings, the better your brain will function. As we know, possibilities are essential to creating change in your mindset. While writing this book, I went to a cabin in Vermont to be alone. The cabin was quaint but had no running water inside. The bathroom and shower were, you guessed it, outside. I've never showered outside. Have you showered outside? After 2 days of avoiding this outdoor shower, I finally caved to my own stench and in 50-degree weather took my first steaming hot outdoor shower. Being naked outside is kind of magical. You would think an outdoor shower wouldn't be a huge deal, but the feeling of freedom bled into a series of decisions leading to a solo hike in the Adirondack Mountains on the way home. If you can't travel to Vermont, consider the power of going for a walk in a different neighborhood or even just the next town over. Pick up a new hobby. A year or 2 ago, I took a series of boxing classes. I have to be honest, I felt like a total badass. Watch out, Rocky. I love boxing. I effortlessly unleashed years of suppressed anger into a heavy bag. However, the time came when we began sparring, meaning my instructor asked me to punch another living, breathing person. I was so out of my element. I preach peace and all things sparkly. I can't hit you in the face. Sorry, not sorry. But my lovely instructor, 2-time world heavyweight champion Bonnie Mann, forced me out of my comfort zone. I took a deep breath and punched Bonnie repeatedly for 30 seconds straight. Sparring led to a brief high followed by a genuine urge to vomit. Hitting people isn't nearly as fun as it sounds. I will stick to the heavy bag. However, realizing I could get out of my comfort zone gave me the confidence to make changes in other areas of my life. With a new hobby, you also have the chance to make friends and focus all of your energy into the present moment, mostly because you have no idea what you're doing and you have to. Channeling energy into the now eliminates worry and depression by realizing in this very moment, you're totally okay. Get uncomfortable. In 2014, I ran an 11-mile mud run called the Tough Mudder, a race designed by the military. The course is rigorous, challenging, and requires upper body strength I did not really possess. A few of the obstacles for full effect included electrocution, jumping off a high platform, and swimming through a long dumpster of pure ice water. This, to date, is one of the hardest races I've ever run. You would think electrocution would seal the deal on the worst obstacle for me, but for me, it was the 15-foot platform. I'm not afraid of heights per se, but I'm afraid of the feeling of falling. My best bet was to get right up there without thinking and just jump. As I approached the deck, I stood waiting for the runners before me to swim out of the way. The pause gave me time to formally assess why the hell I would be jumping off a super high platform already covered head to toe in mud, cuts, and bruises. It's pretty much insane. But I did it. When you push past your fear to accomplish something you thought you couldn't do, your confidence ramps up. The memory helps push other perceived limitations and reminds your brain of the time you were uncomfortable but successfully did something anyway. Visualize. Our brains have no idea what is real and what is our imagination, meaning you can create change simply by visualizing or pretending. You can even subtly trick your brain by including music or items from a time when you were at your best. In 1979, Ellen Langer invited 2 groups of men to a monastery in New Hampshire. One group was asked to reminisce about their younger years. The other men were transported to a 1959 time capsule. Everything down to the clothing, newspapers were reflective of a younger time period. Although Langer never found funding to publish her article, she reflected that after this day, the men who were transported to the time capsule looked younger, tested higher on intelligence exams, and even those who came in weak were running around the front lawn playing touch football. With both visualizing and connecting with music, items, or people who inspire a younger or different way of thinking, changes can occur. If your resources are limited, just envision yourself doing one of these activities. Your brain doesn't know what's real or perceived, which is why we can have a total panic attack with only a perceived threat. Visualizing also creates a memory of an experience even if it hasn't happened yet, which is why envisioning who you want to become is so powerful. Chapter 14, Self-Care. Justin Bieber had a valid point when he said, "You should go and love yourself." I'm absolutely positive he was talking about self-care. If we begin to think of the brain and body as machines, we can recognize you must put high-quality oil in the engine to keep them running. Updating the database will make a machine run smoother. Taking extra care will ensure it lasts longer. Too long without checking on ourselves can negatively impact us mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. There are a few basic activities we can do to keep our brains top-notch. Meditate. As it turns out, meditation isn't just for woo-woo spiritualists. I can say this because I'm a woo-woo spiritualist. Meditating is better than cupcakes and prescription medication. From reducing stress, improving concentration, and increasing happiness by decreasing activity on the negative side of the brain, meditation is where it's at. Meditation is one of the best ways to tap into your own willpower, improving your control over your subconscious patterns. According to Kelly McGonigal's book, The Willpower Instinct, as little as 3 total hours of meditating has been shown to positively change the gray matter of the brain, increasing focus and emotional stability. Word on the street, meditating for 15 to 20 minutes per day even acts as a low-dose antidepressant and slows the aging process. Pencil me in for 4 hours. I'm over 30 now. When I first started meditating, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So you just cross your legs, just so, your fingertips supposed to be doing something, touching or something maybe. I was so worked up about meditating wrong, I couldn't relax, which is sort of the point. Let me demystify this whole process for you. Meditating is simply the act of bringing your energy and focus into the now moment. That's it. Some people do active meditation while they run, clean, play an instrument, or have sex. Active meditation is any activity you lose time while doing. Although there are plenty of different techniques proven effective, let me make it easy for you. If you're new to meditation, go slow. Sit, stand, or lie down, however you feel comfortable. Your eyes can be open or shut. Now take a slow, deep breath in, focusing on the air flowing down through your lungs and back out. Boom, you just meditated. Meditation can be as simple as focused breathing. Different ways to do focused breathing include counting to 4 as you inhale, counting out 6 as you exhale, or any number that feels good to you. Inhaling a color and exhaling a different color is another fun technique. Visualization of any kind, including guided visualizations that you can find on YouTube, are also powerful. You could even repeat an intention or mantra or affirmation while you breathe. I encourage those ready to pop their meditation cherry to start small. Try focused breathing for 30 seconds. Any thoughts that pop into your head, just say hello to them and return your attention to your breathing. It's totally normal for thoughts to be disruptive. If 30 seconds feels easy, move on to a minute or 2. You can continue expanding the amount of time you meditate. Your best results will happen with 20 or more minutes of meditation per day. Movement. Everyone on the planet is advising you to work out. If your social media isn't popping with Beachbody coaches selling you their newest workout, you can trade with me. No disrespect to the side hustle and all the positivity that Beachbody is putting out into the world. Movement, whether you're training for a marathon or stretching prior to getting out of bed in the morning, is vital for your mental health. Research suggests that exercise improves memory, thinking, focus, and problem-solving skills, as well as prevents anxiety and depression. Not too shabby. A study at the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center even created clinical guidelines for recommended exercise dosage that would have similar effects as an antidepressant. I love to run, but I've become a huge yoga fan after years of finding the practice way too slow and boring. Yoga is great for any skill level and teaches breathing alongside movements. Help yourself out as you're working to change your mind by including regular movement in your day. Even if you take an extra long stretch before getting out of bed or throw a dance party while making breakfast in the morning, you're doing it. Every morning should start with a dance party. Although I'm emphasizing movement, I'll encourage you to consider that movement is just one part of physical self-care. Getting a good night's sleep, Having healthy sexual interactions, drinking enough water, and fueling your body with clean foods and fewer cupcakes are all important to maintaining and improving healthy cognitive functioning. Self-love. Rewiring your old mental loops and exchanging ways of thinking for upgraded models can be difficult. In the beginning, changing your mind is honestly annoying. Who wants to monitor everything their mind's doing? While in the phase of shifting your thoughts, be intentionally compassionate with yourself. Forgive the days where you don't nail it. Greet yourself with love and kindness on challenging days. Hold space for your difficult emotions and honor their purpose on your journey. Use the activities and ideas in this book to improve your self-perception, including awareness of how you're speaking to yourself, being intentional about how you want to feel, and expanding your possibilities. You are worthy of love and belonging. You are worthy of feeling fantastic in your own skin. You are worthy of living a life you're passionate about. Take good care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Treat you in the ways that you'd want your children or anyone you love to cherish, respect, and love themselves. Speak kindly, act kindly. Just these acts alone can shift everything. Thank you so much for listening to the Rock Your Soul book and podcast. Make sure to catch future chapters in the upcoming weeks. Take a moment to book a one-on-one personalized soul therapy session with me or catch a live event by visiting www.nicholeeaton.com or follow me on Instagram at nicholeeaton.xo. Thank you.